Here's what's coming up on today's show. Jaylen Brown was asked about the Kevin Durant trade rumors. The fact his name kept getting brought up. We'll tell you what he said. And then we'll break down All-Star Weekend, obviously a really big weekend for some of the Celtics. And then we'll close today's show talking about some free agent and buyout options. There's a very interesting name that just got waived. We'll tell you who it is later on in today's show. And if the Celtics do make a move, we'll certainly get you guys a video. So go down and subscribe, because even when the trade deadline, is passed and there's not as much news, we're still getting you guys videos. So go down, subscribe to the channel. If you're all about the C's, you have come to the right place. We begin today's show talking about Jaylen Brown, because over All-Star Weekend, JB was asked about the Kevin Durant trade rumors. Of course, his name was brought up a lot last summer, and then again before the NBA trade deadline in a possible swap with the Nets for KD. And here's what he said. Brad was the first to reach out to me. Brad reached out to me to let me know that it was just rumors. He just wanted to try to clear up whatever that was floating around. I really didn't pay too much attention to it, so I didn't really know what he had. I didn't really know what he was talking to me about when he had messaged me. But Brad was the first one to reach out to make sure that nothing was going on or whatever, or to just talk about it and give me the space to talk about it if I had any feelings toward anything. I appreciate that from our organization. So this was good to hear. Jaylen Brown kind of complimenting Brad Stevens and the Celtics about the way they handled this, because if you remember last summer, there was a lot of speculation that Jaylen Brown was really frustrated that his name kept getting brought up in Kevin Durant trade rumors. He did not get traded, luckily, and it was certainly good to hear him complimenting the Celtics, because he's a free agent, not this summer, but next summer, and you obviously want to lock him up long term. And I think the thing with Brad and Jaylen is this is not your typical GM-player relationship. This is a very unique situation where Brad coached Jaylen the first several seasons of his career. So these two have a connection. They have a relationship that's probably stronger than most GMs and players, right? So I think that's good long-term for the Celtics. The fact that these two trust each other, the fact that JB trusts Brad. And again, he complimented Brad. That Brad came to him and was like, this is just rumors. We're not going to trade you. This is not true. And made that very clear to Jaylen before the trade deadline. And by not trading Jaylen Brown, the Celtics made 100% the right call keeping Jaylen Brown. And you all know my take on the whole Kevin Durant thing. I just thought it was too risky of a move to trade a young superstar for a 34-year-old Kevin Durant that kind of has problems staying on the floor. He's missed the last several weeks of the season. So I think the Celtics made 100% the right call keeping Jaylen Brown, and now the priority has to be locking him up long-term. Show some love to Jaylen Brown by typing 7 down in the comments section for number 7. Go down and show some love to Jaylen Brown, who had a great all-star performance that we're going to talk about here in a second. But first, I want to tell you about today's show sponsor, Athletic Greens. Thanks to them for sponsoring today's show. I take AG1 by Athletic Greens literally every day. Get comprehensive and convenient daily nutrition at athleticgreens.com/chatsports. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted better gut health and wanted a supplement that actually tastes great. I take AG1 every morning, and it makes me feel ready to take on my day. I came into this year wanting to get healthier, and starting my year on AG1 has helped me do just that. I take it every morning, and I feel happier, healthier, and more energized. Covering my nutritional basis for the day literally couldn't be any easier, which is why I trust Athletic Greens. I just mix 1 small scoop of AG1 with water and drink it first thing each morning. Done. I also like that it costs less than $3 a day. It's pretty good if you ask me. It's a really effective daily habit with the highest quality sourced ingredients. It's a win-win. If a comprehensive solution is what you need from your supplement routine, then Athletic Greens is giving you a free, I repeat, free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. So go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. That's athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Check them out. That link is in the comments and the description of today's video. I started AG1 at the start of this year. I feel so much better, so much healthier every single day. You will do the same if you go to athleticgreens.com/chatsports. Going back to Jaylen Brown, he's obviously had a phenomenal season, over 26 points per game, 3.2 assists per game, 7 rebounds per game, shooting 33.1% from three. The best season of his career, and he's really proven himself as a top 15, at least in my opinion, top 15 player in this league, and him and Jaylen are probably the best duo in this league. Now, let's revisit my perfect plan from last summer, right? This was before Kevin Durant got traded to the Phoenix Suns, long before that. This was before the season even started, when Jaylen Brown's name kept getting brought up, and it was even reported that he was offered in a deal for Kevin Durant. I said to Brad Stevens, don't trade Jaylen Brown. Win a championship. Jaylen will forget that you offered him in a deal, signs an extension next summer, now this summer, and you win more championships. And that's 100% what needs to happen. And the Celtics are certainly on track to do that. They're the best team in the NBA, and they've been that way all season long. Now let's get into my All-Star Weekend recap. Obviously, a big game for a couple Celtics. I mean, take a look at these stats. I'm chuckling because these stats are insane. Jayson Tatum, 55 points, the most points in All-Star game history. 10 rebounds, 6 assists, 10 of 18 from 3, 22 of 31 overall. That's insane. Jaylen Brown, meanwhile, led Team LeBron with 35 points, 14 boards, 5 assists, just 3 of 12 from 3, but 16 of 27 from the floor. And Jayson Tatum, of course, with that performance, taking home the All-Star Game MVP, leading Team Giannis to the win. And Giannis only played one series. And so when that happened, it was really Jayson Tatum's team for sure. And when you looked at Team LeBron's roster from top to bottom, it was probably the better team. But Jayson Tatum was the best player in that game and delivered arguably the best All-Star Game performance of all time, winning the Kobe Bryant trophy, which is really cool because obviously Kobe was his idol growing up. Now, are the Jays the best duo in the league? And they just dropped 90 combined points in the All-Star Game. So I think we all have to say yes right now. Y for yes, in for no, down in the comment section. It's the pinned comment. So go and reply to it when you get a second. Are the Jays the best duo in the league? For me, it's a no-brainer. I'm typing Y for yes. Now let's get into the latest on the buyout market. There's been a couple guys the Celtics have been linked to here, one of those names being Will Barton. And this news just broke about an hour ago. Woj tweeting this out. Washington Wizards guard Will Barton has completed a contract buyout ahead of the March 1st deadline to become eligible to join a playoff roster on a new team, sources tell ESPN. Barton will become a free agent once he clears waivers. So that's a name to monitor. Here, another big name on the buyout market. Now, here's what the buyout market has looked like thus far. You have Kevin Love, who was linked to Boston. He's going to Miami. Terrence Ross was a name that wasn't necessarily linked to Boston recently, but last summer he was linked to Boston a lot in last year's trade deadline. He's going to Phoenix. Reggie Jackson, Denver. Danny Green, Boston was very much in the mix for him. He chose to sign with Cleveland over Boston, probably because he's going to get more playing time in Cleveland. And then Patrick Beverley, we learned that this morning, he's going to Chicago. So the Celtics have yet to make a move. And I think a lot of us are thinking, the Celtics have one roster spot. Brad Stevens has said he would like to fill that roster spot. What are they waiting for? Well, they have a couple different options here in terms of some buyout options. Will Barton, John Wall, and Kelly Olynyk. Now, I think Barton is by far the most realistic name on this list. John Wall doesn't make much sense. Does not make any sense, quite frankly. Kelly Olynyk, we haven't heard if he's going to get bought out. He was in some trade rumors over there in Utah. Utah will probably hold on to him, but he was a name that was linked to the Celtics a lot during the trade deadline. Meanwhile, free agents, you have Carmelo Anthony and Rodney Hood. And I've said this for months now. I think the Celtics should sign Carmelo Anthony. I think it makes a lot of sense. You need some depth on the wing. 13 points per game last season with the Lakers, 1 assist per game, 4.2 rebounds per game, and pretty good three-point shooter. And that's where he could help you out as well. Shot over 37% from three. And yeah, I get it. He's getting up there, but he's still pretty durable. Played in 69 games last season. So I think Carmelo makes a lot of sense. He's out there and available right now. He is not retired. I think he wants to play again, but he's just waiting on an opportunity. And Carmelo has yet to win a ring. I think it'd make a lot of sense for him to go to Boston, a chance to win a ring in Boston this year. Who do you want to sign, though? Go down in the comment section. Is it Melo? Is it Barton? Is it Olynyk if he gets bought out? Go down in the comment section. Let me know. I'm going to predict this right now. I do believe Will Barton will be a member of the Boston Celtics. And if they do sign him, we'll get you guys a video. So go down and subscribe to the channel right now and also turn on your notifications.